Hello everybody, this is Kostas and this is our third tutorial in Photoshop. Now I know the last couple of tutorials have kind of been a pain in the ass just because you were expecting more Photoshoppy things that have to do with image editing, but I think it's really important that you learn about the interface of Photoshop, and I wanted to make this an in-depth tutorial. So I promise the future tutorials are going to be a lot more interesting to you. Now in this tutorial we're going to be talking about the tool options bar and about the preferences available in Photoshop. So let's just go ahead. You can see here that we have the tool options. Whenever you select a different tool, as we said, you get different options. Now if I select my brush, I can just let's just make it a little bit smaller over here. And I know you don't know what those options do, but you're gonna learn that. We're gonna learn that in future videos. I just want to show you what presets are right now. So I can start drawing with my brush, and then if I just change the opacity and I change the mode and I change the hardness, I have some different options, and you can see we get a different effects when drawing. Now if I want to save those options because I'm editing for hours and hours and I don't want to switch every time, change those options and switch back and forth and have to change those three, four little things for every like 2 minutes, I can just go save those options that I have on right now. And if I just let's just select the options that I would like to have most of the time. So you can just go ahead and say I want that to be that and that and that. And if I just go over here, there's a little button over here that whenever you see it, usually it means to create something, and that's going to create a preset for us. And a preset are basically some saved options for your tool that you can just click on and they load up and you can just use them right on. So if I go ahead and I'm just going to name them like tutorial preset, and you can see that it just created an option over here, and whenever I click on those different presets, the options change, and whenever I click on my presets, the options get to what they were when I saved my preset, right? That's correct. So you can also edit your presets from this menu over here. If you go on Edit and Preset Manager, and if you go on Tools, you can see all of the presets that are made for the different tools, and you can edit them from over here as well. But I think it's just more convenient to edit them from this menu. And remember, this menu is always next to the icon of your tool, and there's this little menu over here where you can edit your presets as well. And if you just want to go ahead and delete the preset that we just created, you just select it, you go at this little menu, and you can just rename it, delete it, do whatever you want with it. You can play with the options. We're just going to go ahead and delete that tool preset, and you see it's just right off. Now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the preferences of Photoshop, and Photoshop has a lot of preferences basically. Usually I don't mess with them. I just mess with one thing that I'm going to show you in a minute, and you can see there are a lot of options in Photoshop. There are basically and there's basically an option for every single thing, if I know that. And basically, if you go in performance, the one thing that you might want to change sometime when we learn about history is over here at performance, and that's the history states. And you might want to change that to make it to get more history states whenever you want to. So just remember that for future videos. I'm just gonna hit cancel just so you know the preferences are over here, so whenever you want to go and change something, they're all gonna be right there. Now the keyboard shortcuts and the menus, those are much nicer. Here you can basically hide and show options off the menus from this little button, and you can also give them a color just for them to stick out whenever you want to use them. And the keyboard shortcuts, you can go from this tab or you can go from the Edit and Keyboard Shortcuts menu, and you basically get to set your own custom shortcuts for everything. And well, shortcuts are really important because imagine somebody who's a professional and he's using Photoshop for many hours and he's really tired. That's why he's using shortcuts, to save a lot of time. And if there's something on Photoshop that does not have a shortcut and he wants to use it real often, but most of the things are going to have, he can just go ahead and set his own custom shortcut over here. So that's just fine. And if I just click cancel, I'm going to close it right now. Now I hope you learned a little bit about the presets of the tool options and a little bit about the preferences of Photoshop. So have a nice day and see you guys next time.